The crystalline chamber of the Galactic Council stretched impossibly high, its walls shimmering with the light of 1,000 stars. Representatives from across the galaxy filled the amphitheater-like space, their forms ranging from ethereal energy beings to hulking silicon-based entities. At the center of it all, a single human sat in a modest chair, seemingly oblivious to the cosmic significance of the moment. Sergeant Marcus Kane adjusted his dress uniform one final time, the medals on his chest catching the alien light. He had been chosen not for his diplomatic skills, which were admittedly limited, but for something the Council had specifically requested: authenticity. Earth's governing body had debated for weeks about whom to send, but in the end, they realized the aliens didn't want polished politicians or smooth-talking ambassadors. They wanted to understand humanity itself. The Chief Arbiter, a being of pure thought energy that manifested as shifting geometric patterns, spoke first. Its voice resonated through universal translators embedded in the chamber walls. Representative of Earth, it began, your species has been observed for the past solar cycle. Your actions perplex us. We have witnessed your people wage wars over resources that are abundant elsewhere in your star system. We have seen you destroy your own habitat while possessing the technology to heal it. Most disturbing, we have recorded instances where your kind have sacrificed themselves for complete strangers. This behavior contradicts all known patterns of intelligent species development. Kane stood slowly, his boots clicking against the polished floor. Around him, hundreds of alien eyes, or their equivalent, focused on his every movement. He cleared his throat, a sound that the translators somehow conveyed as universal nervousness. Well, he said, his voice carrying the slight drawl of someone who had grown up in the American South, I reckon that's a fair assessment. We humans are pretty contradictory creatures. A ripple of what might have been surprise moved through the assembled beings. The Arbiter's geometric form shifted, patterns becoming more complex. You acknowledge this contradiction? Sure do, Kane replied. Thing is, that's not a bug in our programming, it's a feature. See, we're not just one thing. We're capable of being the best version of ourselves and the worst, sometimes in the same day, sometimes in the same moment. A reptilian delegate from the Outer Rim hissed a question through its translator. How can a species function with such internal conflict? Kane smiled, the expression foreign but somehow universally understood. It's like this. My grandfather fought in 3 wars. Killed people he'd never met because other people he'd never met told him to. But that same man would give his last dollar to help a neighbor in need. He'd sit up all night with a sick animal even if it wasn't his. That contradiction, that's what makes us human. The chamber fell silent except for the subtle hum of life support systems adapting to a dozen different atmospheric requirements. But your wars pressed a crystalline entity from the inner sectors, your destruction of your own world. How is this defensible? Kane nodded thoughtfully. It's not. We make terrible mistakes. We let fear and greed and pride get in the way of doing what's right. But here's the thing, we also learn. Every generation tries to do better than the last. Sometimes we fail spectacularly, but we keep trying. He paused, looking around the vast chamber. You want to know what makes humans dangerous? It's not our weapons or our technology. It's that we'll die for ideas. We'll sacrifice everything for people we've never met, for principles we can't even see. We'll give up our own comfort, our own safety, our own lives because we believe in something bigger than ourselves. The Chief Arbiter's form pulsed with what might have been contemplation. And this explains your species' rapid expansion and technological development? Partially, Kane admitted. But mostly it explains why we're still here. Any species that can hate as fiercely as we do, but still choose love, still choose hope, still choose to help each other, that's a species with staying power. The silence stretched on, filled with the weight of cosmic judgment. Finally, the Arbiter spoke again. We understand. Your species will be permitted to continue its development. But know this, we will be watching. Kane grinned and gave a casual salute. Wouldn't expect anything less.